Alright, so we had this track here that I played. Something like this. Let's go through the different parts. All the modules you see used is here. These the 3 beaks, the 2 braids. There is one mixer in the middle, one multiple over there, one DSP 100 effects unit, and one attenuverter, which I had to use because the output of the LFO isn't strong enough to trig its own input, which is a bit annoying, but that's how it is. And then there's one mixer over here, just used for mixing the channels out. So I got this idea to use a bunch of LFOs to make a melody. So the melody you hear, this is actually, so we have this LFO here is in split mode, so there's 2 really simple LFOs here with just the LFO speed and wave shape, and they're all on just square waves. And then there's another one in this one here in split mode, also just in square wave mode. These 3 are then mixed in here with different amplitudes or volumes, which makes this so I can actually change the. Now we're going to destroy this melody by doing like that. And now we have a completely different melody because these 3 are changed in the pitch of each of the how fast these LFOs are going. So if I speed this one up, or slow it down, it will affect the other ones in different ways. These are then routed into one of the braids, and in the braids you have something called, you have a quantizer built into the braids, if you didn't know that. So if you're over here, here is usually where you choose the waveform you want to use, or the waveform you want to use. But if you press this one, you see wave, and then you're in the menu, and you can just move over to quantize, and if it's off, it sounds like this, but then you can turn it on, and you have different quantizing scales. So here you have semitones, ionic, Dorian, which is the one I chose. And then you can also, if you go out, you can go into quantize, you go into root, and you can turn on, so C note as the root note of the quantization. I chose D, and then flat, I'm not sure what that one is. That didn't make much difference. Check the module manual for the module to find all these out. But technically, that's what we did. And that turned this. And then I just added some effects to this one because effects is fun. And we have that one. The bass is the second one here. So we have a fold waveform here, and this one is from the second channel. So this one is then this is in advanced. It's in advanced split and then in advanced mode. So everything is blinking here, and when it blinks like that, it means this is actually a 4-step sequencer. That one is then triggered by one of the LFOs in this one, the slowest one. So yeah, this one, which makes it kind of in sync with the melody, not quite, because the other LFOs, but you get you get kind of a rhythm from this one. This one is split over here in the multiple, and then so one goes back into the mixer, of course, and then the other one goes into, so here we need to use the attenuverter over here to actually amplify the signal, going back into trig 2, and then getting the sequencer out. And that then just goes over to the mixer as a sound. So nothing more there, quite straightforward. Then we have the bass drum, which is this one over here, the green one, does all the drums, also in advanced split. So we have 2 different channels here, and it's just the same. The slow LFO is also split into this one, so this one follows the bass line, giving us a bit more punch in the bass line. And finally we have the hi-hat, which used the fastest LFO we had. So they're not in sync in any way, but because they kind of follow the melody, it still sounds as if they're kind of in sync. And that's the whole set. So just using a bunch of different functionalities of the Beaks along with the braids. So with these 2 modules we've done first in this week, along with 2 other modules, 3 depending on how you look at it, like support modules, mixer, multiple, and an effect, you can do this kind of. So hope that was informative. If you haven't, here's the full song or melody patch on its own without me talking a bunch. Enjoy. Bye.